If you inherited an IRA from a non-spouse, you have 10 years to take the money. So when should you take it? Should you take it all now? Should you take a little bit over the course of the 10 years? Well, it depends. If it's Pretax or a Roth, it makes a really big difference. And you're going to want to get this one right. I'm James Studinger, financial planner and author of Wealth is a Choice. I do believe that wealth is a choice and that we get richer by buying things that make us more money. Inherited non-spouse IRA distributions changed in 2019. They went from a mandatory small distribution over the course of your lifetime to you having discretion over how much to take out so long as you withdraw the entire account over the course of a decade. Most of the money put into IRAs and retirement plans was deposited pre-tax, which means that all of the distribution that comes out of that account will be taxable. There's a growing number of retirement plans that are Roth. People put money into these plans after tax, meaning that they've already paid taxes on the money that they deposited. And so all of that deposit and whatever it earns will be tax-free when it's distributed. If you inherit a pre-tax retirement plan and you take income from it, that income will be added to your taxable income in that calendar year. For example, if you already earn $100,000 of income and you take a $250,000 distribution from a pre-tax inherited IRA, then your income will be $350,000, which could put you in a higher tax bracket depending if you're single or married. If you wait to take the distribution until the end of 10 years, and the $250,000 grows at 8% during that time, the account balance would be $540,000. Taking that distribution could force you into an even higher tax bracket, especially if you believe, as I do, that tax brackets are likely to be higher in the future than they are today. When you take the distribution, a portion of the money will be withheld to pay for federal and state taxes. You determine the amount withheld, so you must have a good handle of your tax bracket. You can reinvest the money you receive, but you cannot avoid the distribution by rolling it into an IRA. You can use the money to help fund your own IRA, but most people, if they reinvest it, end up putting that money into a non-qualified account, which means that it's not tax deferred. If you inherit the money in a down market like 2022, and if all the money in the IRA owned equity investments, then the account value would be lower than it was the year before. Taking a distribution and paying for the tax withholding would mean that you'd be selling some equities at losses and would therefore create a permanent loss on the account value. If, on the other hand, the account held cash or some conservative investments, then you could use those funds to pay for the tax withholding and reinvest the rest. So when should you take a distribution from a pre-tax retirement plan? It depends on things like your tax bracket. Over the coming decade, will there be a situation where your income will be much less? Are we in a down market? How is the account invested? As you can see, it's pretty complicated. Do you know what isn't complicated? Knowing when to take a distribution from an inherited Roth IRA. It's simple. You simply wait a decade, and then you take it all out at once. Roth distributions are not taxed, and they grow tax-free. So the more money you have in there, and the longer time you have to let it grow, the better off you'll be. For example, if you inherited a $250,000 Roth IRA, and you took out the $250,000, you would get all that money, and you could reinvest it into something else, but you're not going to find something that's tax-free with no strings attached like the Roth you just took it out from. On the other hand, if you left the $250,000 in the Roth inherited IRA and it grew at 8%, it would grow to $540,000 in a decade. And then you could take out all of that $540,000 tax-free. Just another of the many reasons why I love a Roth over a pre-tax retirement plan. As you're planning your estate and thinking about how your kids might inherit it, keep in mind these benefits and the unique advantages of the Roth IRA. Managing your money should be a fun and liberating experience. Call us if you have any questions or want to discuss your own unique financial situation.
Ta-da!